The real connection comes with time. We are not talking about hours or minutes or days. It just happened at the time that they can connect your soul with their soul. So the only thing the horse needs to see, as my dad says, is see your soul. When they can see it, they just follow you.
What if the connection you're longing for with your horse doesn't come from doing more, but from doing less? Today's conversation might just shift everything you thought you knew about horsemanship. Our guest is Cristóbal Scarpati, an Argentinian horseman, international clinician, and one of the most compelling voices in Doma, India, a gentle, ancestral form of liberty training rooted in presence, mutual respect, and emotional clarity. Raised in this tradition by his father, the legendary Oscar Scarpati, Cristóbal carries forward a family legacy that blends horsemanship with deep spiritual reverence. He works without ropes, without tools, just barefoot on the earth, inviting the horse to choose connection over compliance. In this episode, we explore what Doma India really is and why it's more relevant than ever. How indigenous wisdom and family traditions shape Cristóbal's approach. What happened when he stepped into the global spotlight and chose his horse's well-being over the win, and how a simple poem written from the perspective of a colt captures everything this way of being is about. If you've ever felt like there must be a more soulful, more respectful way to be with horses, this is your sign to lean all the way in.
Dear Horse World, it is Cristóbal Scarpati.
Cristo, welcome to the Dear Horse World podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
My heart's beating out of my chest because you, and I'm not going to start this episode by crying,
No,
but
yes,
I'm really excited and I feel really honored to have you here.
I was waiting for this moment. I was waiting to connect with you again. I remember every single second we shared in the past road to the horse. We were in the same level of vibration because we shared that special moment because we love Tick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think having that opportunity for second time is simply amazing and unbelievable. Having two times straight in 2 years. So being here with you is living again something, but I said from the beginning of this experience, double, we had the same thing for 2x.
Yeah. Okay, so for everyone who's watching, but those who are listening, we're doing two things a little bit differently in this episode. Okay, so first of all, we started by taking our shoes off. So we show everybody, I think. We do a high five.
High five, child. So, and if you can see hair dog in the air, it's because
we have also my dog Molly here underneath us.
Oh, she's giving us so much
good
beautiful energy. Yes.
Okay, so I wanted us to have our shoes off. One, because this is a part of your life. This is a way in which you move through the world. And I want maybe for you to share a little bit about why having our feet on the ground here without our shoes on is so much a part of your life and your way with horses.
Yes, it's more part of our lives that, horses are part of our lives. And being barefoot is something that we do very normally in our family. So we all grew up taking our shoes out. So my mother was asking me every single day, just put your shoes on. And my dad was saying, let it go, let it be, And I love the feeling of being barefoot in my childhood. I could see that later with my younger brothers, and I can see it now with my kids. So it's something that maybe comes with the genes. It's something of being barefoot. It's something that maybe comes from our, because we have a combination of genes in here that includes Italian people, Spanish people, but mostly Indians or native peoples from where we are. So maybe something that comes with that. I cannot say that is culture. Maybe it's for me, but even in our country, in our environment, people doesn't does. Even just there is a part of Argentina that people just do very much barefoot. But for me, I mean, the meaning of this is something that connects you very much. You know, that like that. The feeling of giving me five with your hand and doing with the feet is special. You can feel it.
Yeah.
It's because maybe it's unuseful, unused, and how do you say when it's unused to, not used to.
Familiar.
No, it's not familiar. So something new maybe creates the feeling, and being wearing shoes for everything all the time keeps you a little bit isolated, separate of what it is. So the earth, the ground, even grass or sand or water, straight in the connection. When the connection is straight, if you are connected, you are being part. You are not in a Ziploc bag. You know, that's what we do. We isolate ourselves very much from this amazing environment that is inviting us to be part of it. So when we isolate our bodies, just going to train a horse, and we just do everything sometimes in some distance, and we do not connect, because the senses that we can as humans make a number of five, you know, view, smell, ear, we make numbers and we create categories for everything. But animals like her or your dog, I don't know if she or him, she yes, I feel that was my first feeling about her. Then they don't know anything about it. Like kids, they don't know anything about economy, money, banks, insurance. They just want to be happy. They just want you to have time to give them a hug, to play a little bit with them, to pay attention when they say daddy or mommy or hey, I'm here. Horses, dogs, cats, whichever, you know, mammals that has the same model of to connect. So we have a system, a perfect system of connection. So we just are limited to talk formally, because if you don't know me and I don't know you, maybe I am just allowed to just look at you and say good morning, goodbye, and that's it, or excuse me. So I cannot touch you. If you connect with somebody in the train, you just get a little bit uncomfortable, because if your mind telling you that you should keep yourself safe, and that means isolated.
Yeah.
But if you go somewhere and it's a party and you can dance, you can hug people can hug you, you can jump together, no matter what. You don't know their names, you don't know anything. Your spirit is on fire because you are enjoying as an animal, as a pure spirit being pure, you know, as how we were created for that. So we need to be careful about how we understand being humans, what that means. We are different of them, of this dog, of that horse. I am judging that horse as a good or wrong or, you know, bad.
Nice or bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is doing that? My mind or my spirit?
Your mind.
It's your mind always.
Yeah.
So the challenge is recognize your mind, observe your mind, and let your spirit tell the mind what is right and what is not. So for that we need guidance. Right now we need guidance. I was very lucky. I had my dad. My dad is and was and will be forever and ever, even after this life, for us and for the rest of my family and maybe for the rest of the world, a guide for that will help us to make the right choice about how to connect, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so When I first saw the way you work with horses, and we're going to unpack that a little bit, it's beautiful that you already spoke about the body and the spirit, because when I saw the way you work with horses, where the way you and your father and your family, and the way that you, this way of life that you have in Argentina, I had a feeling inside my body. It wasn't inside my mind. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen. And I can remember exactly the feeling. It was like someone blew on a flame inside my chest.
I know the feeling.
Okay. Can you explain to everybody? I want to describe. So for everyone who's not familiar with the Scarpati family, with the indigenous people of Argentina, the relationship they have with horses, I would love for you to describe to someone, as if they don't know, what it is and how you approach horses and horsemanship.
Wow, it's a good question. I will try to find out how to respond this in a frame of time that you can just make a podcast. But we can talk forever.
Well, explain maybe first. Yes. Yeah, explain to them what I would have been seeing.
Okay. Understanding the history, the beginning of this. So it starts with the native Indians in our area where we live right now in San Luis, Argentina. They, at that time, were in trouble because the invasion that was coming to conquer those lands was being very aggressive. And they were, until that moment, very peaceful people. They didn't know anything about fighting with that kind of violence because of the interest. They couldn't even understand what was happening. They were friendly. They welcome the enemy. They welcome them. They offer them food, house, whatever they have. So these guys, the conquerors, I don't know how to name them, just abuse very much. No? It's a very sensitive thing to talk for me.
Take however long you need.
I'm just focusing in what is important right now. I'm sorry.
No, please don't be sorry.
So they were not prepared for a war or for something like that. They didn't know what it was. I can imagine them fighting between tribes, like with dance or things like that, dancing or maybe even throwing something who goes further. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they were afraid and then they start running away. And basically they didn't know anything about horses. These guys came with that incredible animals to just conquer them. That's it. I don't want to add violent words to this because it's not idea. But for the tribes that were a little bit safer in our area, it is very remote especially for those times. So one day, just like this, horses appear. Like many horses appear in there because the herds, the first horses in South America came from Spain. And after an episode of violence, they just run away and horses start reproducing themselves in the paradise. So Argentina is mostly the paradise to breed horses.
Wow.
If you leave 2 horses there and come back 10 years later, you will find 100,000. I don't know. It's amazing because the environment's amazing. So when the war was coming, horses were around and they couldn't explain how and why they appeared like that. So we don't know when and how they start believing that horses were in the sky until that time around God. Their God was called Genechen. And this God, like ours, provides you whatever you need when you need it.
Whenever you
It's
need it.
not when you want it, it's when you need it.
Mm.
So they were praying for help. And one day, horses appear magically. So these herds were roaming free and they appear in those lands. So they didn't know how to catch them or how to train them or anything. They could figure it out. There's a piece of paper that says that the first time an Indian saw a horse was a mounted, and was a woman that she couldn't identify that it was a person on a horse. So she followed that kind of semi-god,
Mm-hmm.
and in a moment by a river, he came down to drink water, and she realized that it wasn't something.
They were two beings, not one.
Two beings, just a human being and that precious, beautiful thing. So she ran back to the tribe and says, hey, there are humans over that. We can just get that and we can be the humans over them, you know?
Yeah.
So this is the way that it starts. So they believe that God, when they need it at the right time, made something, I don't know how to call this in English, a bridge to let them calm down, because the stormy days with lightnings and thunders were horses galloping around God.
Is that what the indigenous people of Argentina thought?
They believe that.
They believe.
They don't thought. They believe.
They believed.
So when horses came down, were to help them. So they find them so they were sacred, very much.
And a gift from God.
Gift from God. So you don't play. You don't hurt them. You need to take care of them. Whatever you can do, make sure you don't hurt them, because you will be punished by God. So for them, God was super good and very strict, you know, and sometimes, so they believe is that if you hurt a horse intentionally, somebody in your family will have a very bad accident that includes passing away, death. So they were very careful. Very careful. So maybe we can realize that they took that idea from a reality that maybe happened. Somebody hitting a horse,
yes,
and later having an accident. Mm-hmm. So then they create this beautiful, beautiful method that is basically not a method. It's a philosophy that promotes the best of you, no matter what's your level, to connect with your horse, to maybe, if you want, you can train them. But before, you need to get this connection. Mm-hmm. So for our generation, the most similar thing that you can watch to realize what was their idea is the scene in Avatar where this guy connect with the horse, with the thing, with the cable.
The connection.
With the connection.
Yes.
It's the spiritual connection using the body. It's a physical thing that just brings spirit, energy, soul. Yeah. So that is the beginning. So my dad, being a kid like this, was always kind of, so there's many names to call maybe his condition at that time. But for that time, he was just a troubled kid.
A troubled kid.
A troubled kid.
Okay.
A kid with problems. Very shy, very sad. He cries often, very much. And he couldn't even control pee-pee or poopy. You know, he was like, you need to be here. So he was in that situation for a long, long time, until one day, my grandma, mi abuela Cholita, was by a horse. He calmed down. And he cries here, and he doesn't cry here. He cannot control the pee here, but he controls the pee here by the horse. So she started taking him every day to the neighbors who were a service, like transport with horses. You know, they had a
Yeah.
like the thing we were doing. I rode the horse.
Yeah.
How do you call that? The
Like carriage horses.
yes, the thing that they used to the wagon,
Wagon.
a wagon, something like that.
Yep.
So they have couple horses there,
Mhm.
right there in the neighbors
Mhm.
next door. But it wasn't a neighborhood. It was like more like little farms.
Yeah.
So my grandma asked them for permission to come more often to take him here because he heals when he is by a horse.
Mm.
So then when he started become independent, he looks for horses by himself. He started walking, looking for them, and then he found a baby with a mother in a big pen, like about an acre.
Okay.
So he started coming, stealing sugar from his house and offering this to the baby, to the little horse. So he made that every day for a long time. So that little baby become a little bit grown
Yep.
up,
Grown up.
and then follow him everywhere. So
Wow.
once he just realized that they belong each other. So without intention to steal that horse, he just opened the gate and closed it. And the horse followed him until his place, his house. And he built a little thing to keep it safe.
Yeah.
And he told his father and mother that that was a gift from someone that was there and didn't know what to do with the horse.
Yeah.
And at that time, maybe that can happen. That could be real because animals weren't like something you should buy or pay for it.
Yes.
You trade.
They weren't commodities.
Yes. I don't know. It was like my dog. I will not send you one of my puppies.
Mm.
I don't want to sell my puppies.
Mm.
If I am a breeder, maybe. But my dogs, when I have one of my dogs has babies, the babies are for my friends.
Yes.
It's natural.
Beautiful.
Especially 65 years ago
in Argentina.
In Argentina. That's the story of my dad. So he had this kind of, my grandma realized about this, so they find out that they have one of his aunts, La Tia Alicia, had a big farm, like a day away from my house.
Mm.
It was so close, but it takes a day to get there.
Yes.
So now I can go in 40 minutes in my car.
Ah.
But at that time, they take a day because they needed to take a train in another direction to get another train that takes you closer, and then you have a wagon that takes you to the farm. That's amazing. The story is so beautiful.
Times.
Yes, you will know more about this because in his book it is all very well described. So in that farm, there were living Don Cristóbal Luna. My name is because the person that my father chose as a grandfather, and this old man chose him as a grandson, was Don Cristóbal Luna. So that's why I am called Cristóbal. People think it's why Christopher Columbus is not. It's because there was an Indian called that way. So Don Cristóbal was 88 years old at that time. So he didn't train horses anymore, but he was pure Rankle Indian.
Wow. And
he found out that my dad has the spirit to be a Cahuelche.
A Cahuelche.
Cahuelche means horseman. But for us, horseman at this time is a person that work with horses. In the meaning of our Indians, Cahuelche, so the translation of the word is horseman, but for them is the person that deserve to be with horses. It's not because you decide you will be, it's because you like them. It's because you have conditions, natural conditions, to be with horses. So the Cahuelches weren't everyone. Was special kids that couldn't avoid spend hours just watching one horse, falling in love with horses. You know, that's a real Cahuelche. So, and we have so many in America, in the United States and South America, all over the world. There is kids. If you want to see who is a cahuelche, just put 10 kids watching a horse and wait. They will get distracted. They want to go pee. They will go, and one of them will be like mesmerized. That is a real cahuelche. And maybe it's you. Maybe it's Tick.
Yeah, you're
you know?
describing my whole childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you are a cahuelche. That's why we connect in the way we did. That's why we connect with Tick, Sinead, and many people on the road to the horse.
Yes.
Because we are cahuelches. That's true. It's not something that you can decide. It's something that it is.
Yes. I completely.
So yes, that's in the approach that you see, you have seen, it's just the expression of my body bringing my emotions out to share with her. So meanwhile, I was trying to train her. She was trying to kill me.
Yeah.
In the moment that I decide to spend my time to offer her, honor her, take care of her, she looked at me and says, maybe I will give you a chance. And she gave me a chance. She gave me another chance. She warned me again. She said, be careful. You're acting like a trainer. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I need to play like a kid. You should play like a kid if you want to have that connection. So my teaching is not very much technically how to jump on a horse, how to turn the right, turn the left. So we will do it. It's kind of easy. Understand, and later it takes practice and repetitions.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's the art of equitation, of riding, of whatever we do with them. It's a sport. And I love it. But for me, the step one, my friend Michelle Brown says, step one, what is first? First, her, the horse, the dog, my kids, my soul, my own kid, myself.
Your inner child.
My inner child. And then everything else. Whatever comes later will be secure because of the energy of that creates everything you do comes from that spirit. Mm-hmm. So maybe you will get more, less results in the human world, but the satisfaction that I got being with that horse all the time, being in troubles in the first round, I was enjoying like a kid. Second round, the same. Third round, I can tell. And my spirit was asking for more. I just wanted to have 20 more minutes.
Well, and the judges even gave that to you. That was so moving in your third round, second day at Road to the Horse.
Yes.
Was you to share with everyone who's listening or watching, Cristóbal was in the wild card competition at the Road to the Horse, this year's Road to the Horse. Mm-hmm. And you brought forth your way of being, your way of starting horses. And as the rounds progressed, you chose to do something different in your third round with your filly. And what was so amazing when you watch it is everyone was captivated because you chose to, instead of play the game of time, you chose to do something different. And the judges gave you more time because what you were doing, I don't think has ever been done before here. And it was so, like, you could hear a pin drop. It was so powerful. And I'm hoping, like, tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind.
Just that in my mind is very much trained by myself. I don't know how it works, but I control my mind. I don't let her control me because in the past it didn't work very well. So I made many mistakes. So I'm very, very, very much best friends now with my mind and with my ego. We have a very nice relationship. So we don't fight. It's just what is best for the others. So I am never first. So mostly my kids are my guide. So how can I make them happy? So I will do with you what I would do with my daughter. I would do with him what I do with my dad, with my best friend, even if I don't know you. That is my proposal right now. It's like bring out of your body what is you're holding in your spirit. Let your mind take a break and do it friendly. I'm not talking about breaking anything or cutting anything or changing drastically anything. It's just breathe, wait, hold on. So if you ask me what I teach Dick when he came to my house, I just can remember saying him, just take a time, breathe, relax, and be. Because I could feel his inner child.
Yes.
I could feel it quickly at the first sight, right?
The first time you met him, first time you see him.
Yeah. And then that is for me what make everyone special. That thing, that the fire that you think somebody was blowing in your chest.
Yes.
It was just you giving you the chance to feel. Nobody was there. Just you giving you the chance to, okay, I don't understand, so I will feel it.
Yes.
If you try to understand everything, I cannot understand very much everything that is happening.
Yeah.
Because I can feel myself. If I put me in that situation, in the mirror, I can just see a very ignorant person trying to pretend that knows something. But when you feel, you know everything, because nobody else around the world can tell you what is right or what is wrong, because it's just your feeling. You just, it's inside. Nobody else can see it easily. I can feel it. There is people can feel it. The people that love you very much and is connected with you will tell you, hey, no, what happened to you? I'm fine. No, you know you're lying. The other person knows you're lying, so she will tell you, or hey, I know there's something going on. How can I help? And then you can go in tears or talking or screaming or whatever. But you need to let yourself, your spirit express through your body.
And that's what you're doing with the horses.
Exactly. So what I do there, my personality likes enjoy. And enjoying, so I didn't enjoy crying, right? But I try to don't avoid that, because it is not good for the podcast. It is not right for the public or for the audience. I just try to make some order or say, okay, if I want to cry, I will do it later. So now I have a mission, is try to tell you and through you to the rest of the horse world what is going on, what happened 350 years ago, and why I feel and my family and we all support the idea that it is the future and the present. Dick Maynard is the present. He represents this philosophy. It's not my philosophy. It's not Doma Scarpati. It's not about a brand or a product. It's something we are sharing from our heart, because it's because of the horses. They were waiting for so long, thousands of years, to be treated with the respect that we are promoting. And of course, I know there's millions of people feeling like we feel and doing very well. So the world is not bad. There is a huge community all over the world taking care very well of horses. And when we are doing here publicly, they does privately in their barns, in their farms, in their clubs, even in competitions. You can see people just connected, very well connected with their horses. And you can see others ones.
And you feel it here. Not here, but you feel it here, I think.
It starts here, but it takes control of everything. So you start, it's like the dancing floor a few nights ago.
Yeah.
So you just give yourself the chance to don't think who's watching and feel the rhythm. And the rhythm will take you. If you let yourself, your being, enjoy, your body will start dancing. That's why the Indians were so wise. The native wisdom is because they said, okay, let's work, let's do whatever we need, but this special time when summer comes, when the moon is in somewhere, we need to celebrate. And they boom, 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 boom. And you let your body dance.
Yeah.
And it's not a DJ. It's not David Guetta, boom, 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 or, you know. I love David Guetta.
Yeah.
But I like more Burak Sar. Sis is another. It's my friend. But you can feel the rhythm. You can feel the rhythm of Mother Earth through these guys, through the drums.
Yeah.
And boom, 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 tick, tick, boom. You know, that thing removes your being in a way that you can imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine for a second being 3 days dancing around a fire. So the rest of the year will be amazing.
Yes.
Like this. We have 4 amazing days, plenty of extremely high emotions.
Yes.
That includes laugh, noisy laugh, crying, hugs everywhere. You know, horses. The horses were super. Why they promote this? Why when they run we just cannot breathe normally? It's because it's getting in. The spirit is coming in, and it's just the magic that only horses can do. Only them.
Hey, Horse World. Before we dive back into the conversation, I wanted to come on here and ask you that if you're enjoying this episode, please hit subscribe wherever you watch or listen to the Dear Horse World podcast. And if you're really enjoying the show, please go on and give us a 5-star review. These reviews help us grow the show and reach more people just like you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Now, let's get back to it. When someone watches you work with horses, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be Googling you and looking and watching you on YouTube after this episode, they're going to see that you do everything with no shoes on. And you touch the horses with your feet in ways that I've never seen. And you touch the horses with your head and your forehead, and you stretch yourself across them. Something it seems like it makes, to me, it seemed like it made so much sense, and yet I had never seen it before in my life. Tell me what the indigenous people, because this is something that has been passed through your family, through the indigenous people of Argentina. What is it that you are trying to share with the horse when you're doing this with your body?
This is my dad's legacy. He took it from the Indians. Don Cristóbal taught him. It's bareback. Just a halter, a very simple halter they made with 2 very soft wood, like the wood we use, but simple. I hope I have the chance to show you. And they don't control them with force. So I was forcing with the mare. I couldn't do that with the tools that they create. You know? So the real connection comes with time. Time. It needs no matter what. And time.
Yes.
We are not talking about hours or minutes or days. It just happened at the time that they can connect your soul with their soul. So the only thing the horse needs to see, as my dad says, is see your soul. When they can see it, they just follow you. You can see it in the videos. Happened in here. Mostly tick.
Yes.
You know, sometimes me. I didn't pay so much attention if that happened to the other competitors because I was very focused on him.
Yes. And
in Vicky. Yes. I like sometimes Vicky connect very well.
Yes.
But I am not judging anything. I am just mentioning that we could witness that.
You can see the moments in which the horse
Yes.
sees inside you.
But if you come with me to my house, I will tell you the first day, or maybe before, if you are coming, just make sure you're not bringing your watch. And if you bring it, I don't mind. It is not about what time we wake up, what time we go bed, what time we breakfast, what time we train horses, how much we train. Let's see. So some people is not able to go and enjoy that experience and learn from that experience if your mind is set it up in the mode that you do to work, to travel, when you organize something. Because being in an experience with horses, you need to break all those rules that human beings create to just be organized between us. I need to be here at this time because you need to be here at the time. So because our time is not flexible as they had. The even the Native American Indians in the United States, no matter where, in Argentina and all Central America, the whole Americas, America since Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, is a virgin land, plenty of pure people before the Spanish came. And it's fine, it happens. For whatever reasons it happens, I'm not here to judge that. It makes me sad sometimes when I'm not ready to, when you surprise me with that question a little bit, and I wasn't able to control my emotions, but I'm okay. I can understand that I cannot control anything. What I can do now is try to come here, try to tell the world that horse wasn't tough, wasn't nothing. She was just a sacred creature trying to be treated okay in their own terms, in their own perception of the time. They don't have perception of the time. That's our thing. So if you want to make a great experience, you should go to your horse, let it free, and see what happened in the next 3 days. And you will see. She will tell you or him, I want to be with you. I want to have fun. I want to connect. I want to be alone. If you free them, they will let you know what they need. If you provide food and water in the physical world, will be fine. But if you provide your energy, your vibes, the best of your essence, they will get addicted even to that. They will be following you. They will come from some scratch, smell you, contact you, push you. The way that they connect. They also can kick. They can express their emotions, even being violent. That's natural. We need to be careful. So I was in the situation of avoiding her legs because she was super strong.
Yes.
I don't know if it's right to say mentally, but her brain was saying, okay, if you want to push me, I can push you.
Yes. She had character. She was
very much
telling you exactly how she felt.
And that's why I was thinking about, because people came to me to say, you picked the wrong horse.
Yes.
And I said, yes, maybe you're right. But I had that feeling when I chose her. I was so happy. My family can tell I was celebrating so hard. And I wasn't embarrassed later of saying I picked the wrong horse. No, she called me very much. I was there because she said, pick me. And I can help you to tell the world what you want to share. Because a very, very nice, sweet, easy, playful horse would not be useful for that message at that time, in that level of, in that intensity.
So you had to practice, you had to let go of an outcome that you might want and instead recognize the invitation of the opportunity.
And that happened. So first round I said, 10 seconds. First 10 seconds. She came to me, passed in front of me, and kicked in the air in
Yeah, I
direction to
saw
me.
it. Yes.
And I said, "What? This is not not what I was looking for Road to the Horse."
Yes.
Because one part of me, in this beautiful harmony that I have between my ego, my mind, and my soul, they were like, "Okay, who owes, you or me?" So they were like, and I was, I want to win, but I want to share, but so at the very end, when you just give up your decisions, you said, okay, what I have now, water. I will not ask for anything else than water now. I will not stop this conversation to go and grab a coffee.
Mhm.
What is now, what is important now is what we are having right now. We will not have this chance maybe for a few more months in the future, or maybe never. We don't know. So we need to try to get as much as we can of this treasure. Remember the pirates, the Caribbean pirates,
Yes.
and you seeing all that gold going down in the water, and you want. In my mind was, how can I take as much gold if I am one of them, to take to your,
Yes.
the treasure under the water.
Yes.
So if you try to catch the treasure,
Yes.
you will die underwater. Just enjoy the moment, observe the gold, remember it, and go up, go out of the water, because you will not have the chance to breathe. You will be rich for a second before dying, So I don't know if the right metaphor, but it's like looking for gold, the championship. I wouldn't have anything like this. What I have now to share with my kids, my wife, my dad, my friends, you, the the the, the most of the people that came to the booth to say thank you for that.
Yes.
In the name of the horse. They came to say that in the name of the horse and their own horses. Thank you for doing that. And I was like, it was super, super high emotionally. It was super, super beautiful for me receiving that feedback. So this encouraged me
Yes.
very much more than ever to go forward with this. Especially when I remember the first times helping my dad to make the first clinics in Argentina, making hours and hours on a bus to just have 2 students far away in a farm, making anything, losing our money in that, looking for this mission,
And then you had thousands of people. You go from that driving hours and hours to teach 2 people, and then you had this international platform where you have people all over the world, both there with you here at Road to the Horse and watching online. You had an opportunity to share, for not only for yourself but for your family, what it is that you are offering to the world. And that's why I think we were all just blown away. And that's why I think people came to your booth and said thank you, because it was incredibly authentic. It's one of the most authentic things I've seen in a really long time.
Thank you. The only thing I can say is thank you very much about that. It means very much. It means I learned something now, because I'm still learning English.
Yes.
It means the world for me. That's the expression?
Yes.
Okay.
It means the world to me.
Means the world to me. Because, and we are celebrating every time in the hotel, in the hallways, and in the car, wherever we go, we go celebrating with Flor, celebrating with my dad, talking with the kids, talking to my sister, my older daughter, my friends that are around. We're just happy, grateful. So what we got in here was that kind of award. So God gave us finally, not finally, because we get little portions every time we do something right.
Yes.
We can feel it.
Yes.
We can feel it. We're getting what we want.
Yes.
But it was like the what we get in a clinic is beautiful because it's 10 people living with us in our lifestyle at home, and the feedback is so beautiful. It's beautiful what they say. It's funny how they're grateful for things that are not related with the training. You know, they're grateful because they just find out how to communicate each other with their own childs inside the family. They can say that they were wrong or confused about things that they want to change for their own lives. So at some point, I don't remember when, we start saying clinic, in Spanish is cursos, of horsemanship and life. But it is not because we are very wise people that can teach people to live. It was because when we get all together in a place and authenticity is the only rule, you all become teachers. You all become learners at the same time. And what we get at the end is so much beautiful, useful information for living. You know? So that's something that is very beautiful. But this, I said all that to get this. Okay. Road to the Horse 2025 just was that multiplied for I don't know how.
It was like many. On steroids, like at times 100.
Yes. It was a huge explosion of love. I cannot measure it, and I will never be able to.
Well, there are moments. I believe that there are moments in our life that define us, and I think that is one of those moments that will define you.
Mm-hmm. I think that also. I could feel it this morning in front of the mirror, washing my teeth. I saw another person. And I love it. I love the new person. It's the same. It's me recognizing myself because I grew up with some issues of self-esteem. I never felt that I deserve anything. I grew up feeling that if you give me this to me, I will find out how to give it to another one. Passing.
Yeah.
No. But the feeling was I don't deserve it. So when I got an invitation for a party, I said, they invite me? Why? Things like that. Mm-hmm. But it was my thing. I don't know why. And then when my daughter, Abril, about the day that she was going to come to the world, birthday, I was thinking like, okay, what I would say, I need to introduce me with her, and I would say, hi, I'm your daddy, who I am. I don't even deserve to have a kid at that point. I said, okay, I don't want to. I wanted to make a good impression with her. She was about to birth. Mm-hmm. And I went to after she birthed, I was there and I said, okay, I don't know who I am. This is a happy moment. But I will. I tried to smile and cry at the same time, so just to make you sure that it is very okay. I don't know who I am, but I will make you happy. And I will make you proud of me. When I came out of the open, I'm a crier, apparently. So I start crying. And a girl was looking for me to make an interview, and I said, please, I'm so sorry. I started crying like a baby. And when my daughter came to me in the booth. She hugged me, and I just remembered that moment, and I felt her being so proud, so proud. So that was my prize, my award. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for doing this for the horses.
Of course.
The first day when I saw you, I said, the first thing that I wanted to tell you was that you're doing so great. You're doing so great. Especially, maybe this is subjective, but especially supporting and promoting Tick. Because for me, he represents, everything
I agree.
that I want to represent. It's the same. It's like me. It's the mirror. It's a better version of myself.
Yes. Yes.
And I really like it. I just found out that just having this opportunity to meet this guy, and God gave me the chance to have him and Sinead in my house. And later gave me the chance to come to Citra and be in their home with them and seeing them living like us.
Yeah.
The whole family, every single wife is amazing in their family, the kids play with my kids. So I just found out that, it makes me very hopeful. Sometimes you can feel you're alone.
Yes.
And doing this, when I saw my dad being alone, I just said, like, I will help him. I was in college in Buenos Aires city, one of the most incredible cities in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad came for first time to make a presentation in the Sociedad Rural Argentina, which is like the Carnegie Hall or the Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
It's that for us. And he came with his horse very humbly and came here for first time. He wasn't a good talker at that time. And he was a very young boy in college. And I came there and I found him just training the horse in the arena before people come. A day before. And it impacts me very much to see that arena empty, just him and the horse, and a place that we were dreaming with. And when I saw him, it was my day, the day of the mare in Road to the Horse, was that day with him and Capriccio and Rural.
Mm-hmm.
And we both were like cowboys, but that comes from gauchos or Indians in a place that everybody dress correctly, speaks correctly, shows correctly. And I said, what is this? This is new. So the next day, I don't know how many people, but the stadium was full, very full. And I just took, and very unconsciously, a mic. And I said, hello, everybody. This is my dad. Going to be the most amazing thing you will ever see with a horse. People just quiet, says, mm-hmm. And he starts showing. And people start like, whoa, what is this? And clapping and screaming. And he made he had that momentum incredibly. And what I see in the videos, and I can see them now, is my dad is going to do this. My dad. So we were just both very, very green in this modern world, doing something incredible. So he took the mic, and I hear him for first time talking to the public. Before that, he always did his performance without speaking. He took the mic and says, Hello, the crowd. I am Oscar Scarpati Schmidt, and I am here because of the Indians. We need to recover the legacy of our Indians. Those were killed because they were here, living their lives in their lands. Everybody was quiet because this is hard to hear, and said, I am here to change the history of the horse in Argentina. Boom.
That is a mic drop moment.
And I said, okay, that was my dad, everybody. And just the press were like running over him. Like many cameras and mics came like a rock star. He was like David Bowie and somewhere in London, like many cameras around him. And it was like, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened here?
Yeah.
So he started having so much coverage. So we got like many interviews, documentaries, everything, books. There's people that wrote, there is about 20 books that mention him like his inspiration. It's amazing because he was brave, and he was doing this for a good reason, for a good cause, and we are. So it's a long story, but it's so beautiful. I would love to have much time. Like it's always the same feeling. I would love to have more time with that mare. And I would love to have more time to tell you the whole story. It's so beautiful because it took for us about 29 years since that day to get here.
Wow.
If I told you now, hey, no, do this for 29 years, and I will take you to, I don't know, CBS or to, the World Wild Channel or something like that. And you would say, I don't know, 29 years, I will be like 70. Yeah. But yes, he's 76, and we are having the best time in our lives. And the best is coming yet.
Well, you say that. I've been doing this for 13 years. And I realize the deeper and closer I get to what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to gift the horse world, the more I realize that it will take longer than what I thought. And I think it takes time to make peace with that. Because it's a gift. Like, that's what we're all trying to do, right? I think be in service to something bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely.
Before Tick Maynard walked into the arena at the 2024 Road to the Horse colt starting competition, he wasn't just the underdog. He was the long shot. And trust me, I was there. Talking to long-standing attendees of the event, there was plenty of skepticism. Tick had never started a colt before. As only the second English rider in the event's history, some doubted he even belonged. But Tick wasn't there to prove others wrong. He was there to prove something to himself. What followed Tick's decision to compete in the colt starting world championships in Lexington, Kentucky, was a year of relentless preparation. Tick explored every method, studied every nuance, and learned what it truly takes to start and maintain a willing partnership. He didn't just train, he immersed himself in the world of the horse, discovering how they think, feel, and connect. And then Tick defied all the odds. He won, sweeping all 3 rounds of competition at Road to the Horse. Now, for the first time, Tick is sharing his principles that took him from underdog to champion. In this new cinematic NF Plus series called Tick Maynard's 4 Building Blocks to Better Horsemanship, Tick reveals the framework that transformed his approach and his bond with his horses. You'll learn his 4 essential building blocks: observation, communication, motivation, and play. These aren't just tools for training. They're the foundation for trust, connection, and the kind of partnership every rider dreams of. So if you've ever wondered what it takes to truly understand your horse, to train not through force, but through connection, there is no better opportunity than this. Tick Maynard's 4 building blocks to better horsemanship is coming soon on NF+. Start your journey today with a free trial at noelfloydplus.com. Maybe a good way to share how it is that your dad feels would be to share this poem that he wrote. My whole body's like on fire in the best way. My soul is so happy right now, Christo.
Me too, because this is why. This is how it works.
Yes.
You cannot do it alone. I cannot do it alone. T cannot do it alone. We need each other very much. And it doesn't mean that it is negative. We need each other because it is more fun
Together,
easier together, or less hard. I don't know.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's the best, and it's happening, and I'm just very, very grateful for that. So, for me, at the end, everything we do, if just promotes a better life for horses, that's it. And you know what I love, and being here in the United States, especially, how people love horses here, it's insane. It's amazing. So, and I love Argentina, and people there's some friends that says, "Oh, you are like a traitor," something like that, because I love the United States, and I love the horse community here, the horse people here. But I feel that, we still need. There is not better and worse. We are just learning in different levels. So if I know something better than you, and I want to help you to get here, it's like climbing.
Yes.
You go up, you help your friend.
Yes.
Your friend go up and help you to come. So we go taking care of each other, and we can climb anything. By yourself, you will get hurt or died, or or just lonely, which is enough sadness. So nothing better than sharing. At least it's my philosophy. And then, oh God, give me strength to don't cry like a baby for 10 more minutes. It is a letter to the trainer, to the horse breaker, because this cult is talking to anyone that is going to train him in the future. But I think it's more focused in the old traditions of breaking horses, of domando horses. This is like an old way to describe what people used to do. So this little sensitive, beautiful colt says to the trainer, "Ya he cumplido los 3 años y me tienen que domar. Sabía que algún día esta cuestión iba a llegar. A todos los potrillos nos tienen que ensillar." It means like, I already got 3 years old, and I know they're going to train me. I knew that someday it would happen, because every single colt must be trained. Puede ser que el que me agarre sea bueno conmigo, tenga paciencia a mi miedo y llegue a ser gran amigo. Chúcaro soy, claro está, pero de nadie soy enemigo. It says, it's a hope, it's hopes. It says, I hope that the trainer could be good with me. They have patience to my fears, and someday can be my friend. I am wild, but I'm not an enemy of anyone. Yo le pido a usted, Señor, que me tiene que domar, que comprenda la importancia que tiene saber enseñar. No caiga en la prepotencia, ni me quiera doblegar. I am asking you, sir, that and he understands that I know you need to train me, but try to understand how important it is to know, to teach. Don't be rude and don't try to beat me. Solo pido yo el favor que me trate como a un niño. Ya me haga y que me haga entender lo que quiera con cariño y yo lo he de acompañar por este largo camino. I am only asking that if you can train me like a kid, make me understand with love and I will respond you forever. En mi andar soy medio torpe y en estos primeros momentos, con usted sentado en mi lomo y con esos aditamentos, me cuesta a mí aprender. Tal vez sea medio lento. It means like the horse cannot move naturally with the whole equipment, with the saddle. And with you seated on my back with all that weight, it's hard to me to learn. I'm sorry if I can't. Deme tiempo, domador, para poder aprender. Estos momentos son sagrados para podernos conocer. Sin castigos ni imprudencias, nos vamos a comprender. Give me time, please. I want to understand. These times are sacred to can meet each other without punishment. We will understand. Despacito, de a poquito, voy a tomar experiencia. Cuento con su cariño y su tacto. Esa es la verdadera esencia. Y yo les respondo seguro si es buena la convivencia. The horse is saying again, slowly, little by little, I will learn. I will make experience. I count on your kindness and your sensitivity. That is the true science. And I will respond for sure if you treat me well. Necesito confiar en usted. Esa es cosa segura. Con miedo nadie aprende. La enseñanza no se apura. Cuando una persona doma, debe hacerlo con altura. It says, I need to trust in you. That's for sure. With fears, nobody learns. The teaching cannot be rushed. When a person trains, must make it with style. Que me sobra voluntad es por todos muy sabido. Y si hay algo que me gusta es ser bien entendido, sensible soy a su trato y un poquito consentido. Some things cannot be translated literally. He says that I will collaborate. Nobody can say that I don't, because they were doing it for 1,000 years. And if there is something that I like, is to be understood. I am sensitive to your treat and a little bit spoiled. So he's looking for that kind of treatment. Acérquese despacito como caminando a hurtadillas. Sáqueme primero el miedo y después la cosquilla. Así para mí la doma me resulta bien sencilla. It says like, come to me slowly. Like, I don't know how to say this, but like slowly, very slowly, like in the game, Take me off first the fear and after the ticklish. So that way the training will be simple to me. La violencia no es cosa buena y queda para los tiranos. Usted es mi domador, no es cualquier fulano, y con el tiempo llegará a ser mi verdadero hermano. It says, the cult. Look at the wisdom of the cult. The violence is never something good, and it is for others. Like Tyrannos is like describing a kind of bad people. So he says, violence is never good, and it's something that others use. You is my trainer. You is not anyone. With the time, you will be my true brother. Haga como hacía el indio, que siempre me comprendió. Esmerada enseñanza fue la que él me dio, y en toda ocasión a mí siempre me cuidó. He says, just do what the Indian did. They always understood me. They taught me with patience and yes, good, like talking like about good quality of education. And he always take care of me. Jamás le fallé en un trance, bajo ninguna circunstancia. Él miraba por mis ojos, eso le daba gran prestancia, porque lo nuestro era amistad rodeada de elegancia. He's still talking about the treatment that they got from the Indians. He says, I never fell to him, to the Indian, under any circumstances. He used to look through my eyes. That gave to them like a higher position, because our relationship was real friendship surrounded by elegance. La historia es testigo de lo que estoy diciendo. Ahora que lo recuerdo es como si lo estuviera viendo. Siempre me tuvo bien cuidado y espero lo sigan haciendo. The history can tell about it. And now I can remember, and it is like I am watching straight to this. He always had me very well cared, and I hope you can do it as well. En esos tiempos éramos el sinónimo de su alma, pero por eso cuando domaba lo hacía siempre con calma. Su espíritu vive aún como una poderosa llama. At that times, we were synonymous with their souls. That's why when they trained us, they always made it with calm. Their spirit is still alive like a powerful flame. No se enoje, domador, si me llego a tropezar. Si no le entiendo una orden, yo me puedo equivocar. En poco tiempo, esté seguro, aprenderé a trabajar. In this paragraph he said, don't get mad if I made a mistake. It can happen. If I cannot respond, just give me time, and I will do it very well, and I will work like you want. La cosa va a ser más fácil cuando yo a usted lo entienda. No me canse ni me apure hasta que al fin aprenda, con sus manos cuidadosas, enséñeme lo que es rienda. It says, everything will be easier when I can finally understand you. Don't make me tired. Don't rush me. Because when I learn, this way I will learn. With your careful hands, teach me what is raining. No comience con el galope ni atropelle en toda la furia. Ahí es donde comienza mi sufrimiento y mi penuria. Búsquele otra vueltita pa' que Doma no suene injuria. It is hard to translate, but it says, don't start with so high demanding. Don't make me gallop too much, because there is when I start feeling pain and I start suffering. Try in another way, and that way train will not be blame. Will not become blame, something like that. Después Después de que comienza la doma, mi osamenta duele toda. Yo le puedo explicar que descansando se acomoda. Póngase en mi lugar. La prudencia no es una moda. After the train starts, my body is sore. I can tell you that just resting, it will become well. Just put yourself in my place, because prudence is not something like, I don't know what it is, how to say moda. Like, because prudence, it doesn't mean fashion. It's something like prudence, be prudent, it's a classic. Pa' domarme invierta tiempo y nunca esté apurado. Deme bien de comer y jamás me deje cansado. Con esas pocas cuestiones siempre tendrá resultado. It's saying, to train me, please invest time and never be rushed. Feed me well and don't let me tired. With all these simple things, you will always get good results. Use bien la inteligencia, para eso no hay que hacer fuerza. Pídame mi voluntad, pero nunca me la venza. Así va a tener un pingo que jamás tendrá vergüenza. It's saying to the human, try to use your intelligence. For that, you don't need to do any effort, like physically. Ask me for my will, but never defeat it. And then you will have a horse that will never be shamed. Mi alma y mi corazón en sus manos siempre estarán. Aunque pierda alguna carrera, mi espíritu no vencerán. Las virtudes que yo aprenda, de usted bien hablarán. My soul and my heart are in your hands. And if I lose some race, my spirit will not be defeated. The virtues that I can learn from you will talk about you. El cariño bien entendido es cuando uno respeta al otro. Un sensible domador es lo que siente por su potro. Con este trato paciente nos conquistan a nosotros. It says that love, when you understand love in the good way, is when you respect each other. A sensitive trainer is what he feels for his colt. With this patience, with this patient treatment, you conquer us. Soy chúcaro y les tengo miedo. Por favor, entiéndanlo. Esto no es un defecto. La naturaleza me enseñó. Usted quiere domarme, pero poco me estudió. I am wild and I am afraid. Please understand. This is not a defect. The nature taught me. If you want to train me, please learn about me. Que el Winca no se olvide que el indio fue domador. De muchas cosas y de nosotros un gran conocedor. Aunque jamás lo reconociera quien fuera el conquistador. Que el Winca means the white ones. So they said Wincas. They used that word to describe the white people that came to take those lands. It says, white people shouldn't forget that the Indians also were very good trainers and very wise in many other ways. And it wasn't recognized for whom weren't their enemies. Saber, paciencia y cariño. Para el hombre ese es el brillo. Estas son las virtudes que marcan mi destino. No se olvide, domador, quien le escribe es un potrillo. Knowledge, patience, and love. For the man, that is the value. These are the virtues that will mark my way. Please trainer, don't forget, who is talking is a colt. That was the translation.
You can tell your dad that a poem has never given me a nosebleed before.
I'm okay. I am asked God 10 minutes of trying to don't cry, and He gave it to me.
Yeah. He
So I'm
did.
so happy because this is it's the real thing, you know. We need to be very, very careful with horses and with kids. Because, yes, you know, for our dear horse world, we have an advantage with the rest of the people all over the world that are not, that doesn't have the chance to share with horses, because horses brings that wisdom and that energy to us, so that they are real healers. All of them, every single horse, no matter what. Competitors, wild Mustangs, Criollos in Argentina, whichever, you know, no matter the brand, no matter the breed, no matter the achievements, they are creatures that bring something special for the human beings. Just, I am an observer. So I like to observe and I learn from that. And when you see, when people have access in a good way to connect with horses, if you observe, they smile often. They're pretty much okay in many ways. And emotionally, when you talk to them, the feedback is soft. It's nice. It's my experience. And it is because they are in the flow with that energy. When a human being wants to fight with that, or because of this, the tradition, the sport they do, whatever, something get broken, or your bone or their bone, or your mind or their mind, or your ego and their soul, you know. So that's why this is super powerful. When you connect, you can do the same sport. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. That you need to find out how to offer something that makes the horse strong enough and feel proud and happy and safe, and then nothing get broken. So this is not what we are trying to bring is not a method to train horses. I need to repeat that because people are asking me for the method. We have a method. My wife, Flor, she has her own way to do it. I have my own way. My dad has his own way. The rest of the kids in our family does their own way. My brother, my daughter. So if you go to my house and you see, as we did recently, before coming here, we made a clinic in Argentina, and we came all together to make the clinic. So people saw, so it's the same method. Why you did 5 different ways in one clinic? Because we are 5 different people. You need to adjust the information and the technique to your own being, and you should offer what you can make the best, the way you find out. I can help you to find out your way, but don't try to do my way. Apparently, inevitably, I'm sorry, I need you and your people need to know that I create every time new words.
I love it. So do I, actually. I've definitely created a few words on
English
this podcast.
allows that. Because it's still in develop the language. So what I say is that we learn and we imitate. That's what we do. It's natural.
Yes.
We can do it. I used to try to do the same thing that I saw my dad doing. I learned that way. I observe him and I observe the results and I try. Sometimes I got results, similar results, sometimes very different, even with the same horse. So, and being very young, I couldn't realize what was really happening. And about this issue with my own perception of myself, I was thinking that I was wrong. And I was wrong in the way that I couldn't realize that I needed to find my own way.
Yes.
He was promoting that. And somehow he was saying, okay, just try in your way. Try in your way. So, but my way was wrong in my mind, you know? Like, because you compare, you try to imitate. So if I try to run like Usain Bolt, I can imitate him. And I can even think that I am doing the same. But if we go together to somewhere, you will see, and me, very slow, like a turtle, which is fine. The most important thing is don't getting hurt, right?
Yes.
So Usain and we can have a conversation, and I can tell him today, how do you feel? I'm okay, but my knee, or this or that, and I'm very healthy. I was very slow, but I'm very healthy. So, but I don't have any gold medal. So what is best? My knees okay, or a gold medal in my house?
Yes.
So we need to find out what makes us happy, really.
Yes.
And I know the audience of this podcast are horse lovers, so I need to clarify anything. Like I said, on Road to Horse, I don't need to explain why I will stop pushing this horse to get something else today. So everybody, I assume that 99% of the people, including the judges, organizers, and everybody understood that take that horse under pressure would be the worst decision. Especially, I need to thank Road to the Horse people. They support competitors very much in the background. They support us very much. They offer and give us everything we need, including, maybe they don't know, but they do, emotional support. Emotional support, which is amazing. All them, from the board to the guy that just bring the water. I don't know. Everybody is very crucial in how it works. That's so we go there and we enjoy, and it looks and it feels perfect, but it's too much work in the background.
Yes. And
the experience of 20 years, or I don't know how many years they were doing it, more than 20 years for sure, gave them the experience. So what I found out with this event is that horses can have the chance of do what I did. So they are taking care of horses. I need to say this because somebody came and says, what do you feel? How do you think about this event? And I could feel the energy of the question. She was trying to confirm something with me. And I said, even when things goes in a way that we don't like, the reason why we're here and the reason with this event, I consider this event, even me being in a position of doing things that I don't agree, even with myself, and I don't agree with that or that situation or trainer, this is the conversation. Being here, watching, nobody's hiding anything. We can witness everything. We can even participate from the audience. You can just say, don't do that. Nobody's there. There's not an officer saying you what to do. So for me, it is an event. It's a production, maybe commercial, but for me, the spirit of this event is sacred. And it's evolving. It's getting better.
Very much
and better.
Evolving. If you look at 2014, 2015, for those who are listening and watching, if you go back and watch 2014 and 2015, you watch 10 years ago, the competition is vastly different. The way that everything, the conditions, the rules, what judges were marking on, everything is very different to 2025.
Absolutely.
It's come a long way. That conversation has evolved vastly.
Yes. And it's because we have this conversation.
Yes.
if we cancel events like this, we will not have the chance to evolve. So for me, Road to the Horse represents the best horsemanship event in the world, because you have in front of you just the reality of horsemanship.
It's honest.
It's very honest.
For better or for worse, it's honest.
It's honest.
Yes.
And the intention is good, because, and this is what I witnesses from, from I came first time in the audience, and now to be into the competitors, and the call is horses first, guys.
Yes.
Remember that. Don't forget that. No matter what, horses first. Horses we should be very careful, honestly careful with them. And even if we get or not that level of care, we try. And that for me is enough to improve. So maybe some horses were under pressure. It's good. But thousands of them will be well treated by their owners because they got inspired for Tick, Vicky, Phil,
agree.
Whoever, Buster, me, Joseph, and Dustin. We with the energy with these guys, even doing different styles, different cultures, different countries, was okay. Let's do as the best we can. Nobody was trying to defeat anyone in a bad way. So let the horse say who's best, who was more best and lucky at the same time. It's a little portion of energy that is not defined in the beginning or during the event that helps the best. That's why it's happening this way. And I love it. And I love to have this chance. And I also own Road to the Horse, the chance to be here with you.
Yes, exactly.
And I would love to collaborate as much as I can with your mission, because today, social media, I'm not very fan of it. But when I see your content, I'm more hopeful. When I see content like this, it's quality. So the spirit, the quality, the effort that it takes, it's not easy.
No, it's
all
not.
This is
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, energy, life, but with a good reason. So I just appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
And what you're doing is and we are not alone. So other people's doing the same. Maybe we are competing somehow because the algorithm says who's best, who's worst.
Yes, of course.
And I don't mind,
Yes.
For me, great content doesn't necessarily means that everybody will get attracted for that. Because today we are in the challenge to understand what the millions of people are looking for, and get distracted with very, very ugly content, empty content, superficial, negative,
yes,
and more and worst. So then I appreciate that values might come back: love, respect, family, sharing, understanding. That's our commitment. So no matter what, we shouldn't start doing things like, okay, how we can make this more attractive for people to get attracted. So we can do it. We need to figure out how to catch the attention of my kids.
Agreed.
When they're with the phone, spend more time watching their horse world more than other things. So yes, it's just the beginning.
She's dreaming and underneath us right now.
She's
so relaxed by this conversation
yes.
that she's dreaming. Okay. So to conclude every episode, I ask the same 5 questions of every rider, and I'm really excited to hear your answers. If you could read one book to the horse world, what would it be?
I already did it. As Mi Alma de Caballo
which is the book
of my dad.
of your dad, Oscar Scarpati.
Hmm. For me, there is, where we should go. There is, it's not, I'm not promoting the book. I'm just saying that every single book about horses that I open in my life, I don't know, maybe I was very much demanding, or no, I don't know what, or my expectations, but I feel still until now, and I was feeling this when I was young, that in the chain of evolution, there were one of those, how do you call the single part of a chain?
One cog in a wheel, let's say.
Cog?
Yeah.
Okay. So there was something missing in a long time. And Mi Alma de Caballo brought it back. And will be very helpful for owners, breeders, trainers, sports, and especially because it will be good for horses.
The word that comes to mind, it is a remembering. It's remembering something that we already knew, but we forgot.
Exactly. And it's in the air, there is people that already has this perception.
Very much.
Very much.
I was actually thinking as you were speaking, I think that there are books in the horse world that speak to our mind, and then there are books in the horse world that speak to our hearts. And every now and then you get a book that speaks to both, that connects the two. And I think it's a very rare thing, but they do happen. They do. I think textbooks have done this. And I think
very much.
And I'm looking forward to the English translation of your father's book, because
yes,
when I've heard about it, it's a book that is a remembering of something that we knew in our whole being before. And then through war and colonialism and the imperfections of human evolution, we forgot.
It's a remembering of, and for our culture, for some reason it is a little bit unfair. I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's a little bit unfair that we talk about Buddhism, some other cultures, or culture from far, far away. But right here in the United States, in Argentina, the philosophy and the wisdom of our native peoples were, I will not say even better, but in the same level.
Yeah, as good.
As good.
As profound.
So yes. So also I had a chance to read Dick's book, and I love it. I love it very much. Starting in the middle, it's so great. It's so great. And I think, what I found with Tig, that is very, very inspiring. And I think many people all over the world will try to will feel that they can, because if they are able or willing to do what Tix did, they will get it. And all the people that he is inspiring, just with that book, that's why I'm so proud of him. He's doing every single thing that it needed to be where he is. And he still don't know who is he. Or better said, he don't know how much he's impacting positively in the world and in the universe.
Yeah, he inspires me every day. Who is the most iconic horse in history?
I would say yes, all of them. Iconic means that we recognize, because the circumstances around create the chance to just say, I don't know, a horse in the sports. Maybe in the question you can say this horse because he's achieved 3 Olympics and he win, or secretariat or that mare in the World Christian Center that came up and down in the war. But every single horse is capable to do what the most iconic horse did. Not getting the achievements is their heart, their spirit is like 100% open to do whatever you want. So I don't want to recognize. It doesn't make me happy to say one horse. I can tell you that for me, what was the most iconic horse in my life? It was a very simple little pony like this that changed my life. And he made me feel that I was special when I was thinking that nobody else beside my mother, my father, and my sister loved me. He was amazing. Se llamaba Oro Negro. He was called Oro Negro, and a little pony like this. Very spoiled. I love him still.
But isn't that what's so beautiful about what we do, is that one horse that the rest of the horse world may never know could make the most impact to a person that they go on to influence other people, they go on to teach other people, and it's all because of one horse that no one will ever know about. That's what's so beautiful about this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Most undervalued skill as a rider.
Most undervalued?
Mm-hmm. Underappreciated.
I cannot say that sensitivity. I cannot say that because now it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, but it was. So it was the value that was underestimated in the past, but now it's the most valuable thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how it is working. It's doing, and why? Because this validation that we do socially in between we need a certain quantity or number of people agreeing about something to make it look good. So there is a comment on a post that where stick celebrating yesterday, and a guy put, "Okay, Road to the Horse winner is wearing a helmet and a pink shirt.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world," or something like that. So yes, for me, accepting helmets, pink, and diversity and sensitivity as a values is beautiful. So I'm not very much in the rider's world, For me, the my passion is called starting and following them in the way. Some of them stay with me for a long time, but I don't know. It's a question that I cannot, because the question works in a way that my mind doesn't work. So I have the capacity to analyze, but I have a problem. And somebody was laughing a few nights ago. I said, my eyes can only see beauty and my heart can only feel love. I said, what? She didn't take me seriously.
He thought you were kidding.
She thought I'm kidding, but it's my reality.
Mm.
So I never thought about that question, or I can even not answer very precisely,
I love that, Kristen.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. Who is the greatest horseman or horsewoman in history?
My dad, again. I'm sorry. It's just I would love to come out of the circle, but it's my dad, my hero and my inspiration. And even I need to tell the world that I'm not idealizing my dad. I know him very much. I know everything, positive and negative. As a child, as a young kid, as a teenager, as an adult, and getting old, I can understand very much the reasons why everything happens in our lives together. But you know what? Just to be fair, for him being this incredible rider, trainer, and this super intuitive animal that he is, I need to tell that I was always with an eye on him and with an eye on my mother. And that nothing of that could happen at that time when he was young and I was a baby and a kid without her support. She supported him very much because we were poor and his passion didn't bring any money ever, ever, ever until now, until I came in the game and tried to figure it out. We are still struggling with that because we are not business people and we don't know how make it work very well. But my mother worked very hard every day to support him to be a rider. He did very well. He was even a jumper when he was young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he had many opportunities to jump on another level and be worldwide champion. Mm-hmm. But he just chose to stay where we live. Mm. Maybe, I don't know the reasons, but maybe it was the right decision for a person like him. He's very sensitive and he wasn't looking for glory. So his ego was, but his essence and his soul wasn't. So it promotes some kind of accidents in his life that took him back and back and back. So now analyzing, not judging, but analyzing, I can see that I can tell you when he broke his neck was ego in control. When he broke his knee was ego in control. When he broke his back, ego in control. When he lost his finger was an accident. Mm. So basically his ego just give up when he was about 70 years old. So that may help me to learn in advance of that age.
17 or 70?
70, I'm so sorry.
70.
Okay. So even doing wrong, some things, or not being very lucky, he was always being a guide for me. Mm. And I'm just following the legacy because I believe that one of the things that I can never say that he was incoherent with his love and passion for horses. So yes, so the commitment of my mother supporting him to do that and giving up her own life. So I want to say this, I couldn't ever come here without the support that my mom did to my dad. Mm-hmm. So this is something that I sometimes reflect about. So because there is so much, so you are doing this interview.
Yes.
But who helps you to set the mics, set the cameras, prepare everything, drive when you're tired?
Yeah, and I cannot do it without him. It's impossible.
And it's impossible not mention him in this interview.
Yeah.
So yes.
No, it's very important that we recognize the village and the important people that make it even possible for us to do this.
We cannot start doing the list because that would be longer than the interview. But just for all of them, and they know who they are, we love you, and we're trying to be coherent with all that support.
Okay, last question. Mares, stallions, or geldings?
Geldings.
Yes? Why?
If you ask me this 5 years before, I will say mares. Because my life is plenty of mares. Yes. All my horses were mares. Mm. And I had few geldings. But coming back in time, the geldings were like more like just more like me. Mm. I'm not gelded yet. But in somehow you just learn how to, it means that it was something from them was take it off.
Yes.
People struggle with this idea. Mm. And And as a teenager, I remember me under control of my hormones, and my hormones made me do super stupid things, to impress a girl. You know, made me fight with another boys, made me confused very much. So I'm not gelded, but I cut some things from my being mentally. I just did some exercises to say, okay, this will not control my being. So my hormones, I try, will not control my mind, my heart, my feelings. You know, and when you geld a horse and you do it properly, you know, surgery like it should be, without trauma, without nothing, you're just taking out something that is very sacred for nature. It's fine. I agree with that. But if you let that horse with that, you are not helping very much if you are not leaving him with the herd in the pastures. If the stud will stay with the mares living forever, you can do it. That's natural. Don't tell me that it's natural to keep their testicles and put him in a stall and keep him isolated, smelling girls all around, because that makes them very crazy. And sometimes bad thing happens just because we are just, you know, we are not respecting the energy. So gelding them in a proper way, you're making their lives much easier if they are not going to be stallions. Mares had cycles.
Yes.
And I like that naturally. But if I am going to ride with them, I don't want to bother her in her days. I don't want to bother my wife in her days. I don't want to bother you and anyone in this world in your days, right? So, for me, if I'm just figuring out one horse for me, as a partner, I prefer a gelding, and a stallion with the mares, a mare with the stallion, a gelding with me.
Perfect. Cristo, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
I love it very much. I'm sorry for crying and everything, but it was super emotional for me to talk to you, because it doesn't happen this way the first time. But I remember us at the arena, and every time, and I was very impressed for your energy. I said, I met her before, you know. It was like, you met me before because of Thick.
Yes.
And when you was super, I wasn't ready to receive all the friendship you gave me. And I love it, you know.
Yeah.
It took me 1.0 second to get in the game. But it was like very intense moments we shared last year.
Yes.
So it was like, and after all this, because until yesterday I was like in another dimension.
Yes.
And I couldn't come out until 3 a.m. until finally I closed my eyes about that time, and I couldn't sleep. But before that, I was still on road to the horse, in the booth with the friends, everybody around, and the noise and the music, and the emotions. So yes, so I think I am drying a little bit. Drying?
Yeah, I like that analogy, actually.
A little bit that energy and that thing. It's a release now.
Yes.
So that makes me very emotional also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.